Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining the Nonprofit Learning Lab's free online webinar. You're currently participating in how to streamline your finance operations to become more secure, efficient, and profitable. Questions are encouraged throughout the webinar, and you can type them into the question box as they arise. My name is Tori. I'm here representing the Nonprofit Learning Lab today as the moderator. You can put any technical issues you have in there as well, and we'll address them. Your presenter today is Matthew Kirkpatrick. Matthew is the VP of Business Development with Paymerang. In his spare time, he likes to play golf and try foods from different cultures. He's passionate about Paymerang mainly because of two things: company culture, which is diverse, inclusive, and collaborative, and the way he gets to help nonprofits by making a positive difference. I will now hand it over to you, Matthew.
Thank you, Tori, for the introduction, and welcome everyone. Yeah, like Tori said, my name is Matthew Kirkpatrick, and I'm VP of Nonprofits here at Paymerang. So the goal of today is simply for us to provide you with information on how you can improve your finance operations, specifically by paying your vendors electronically through an accounts payable automation platform instead of using labor-intensive traditional methods. When I refer to accounts payable, I'm probably going to say AP. So just a little bit of lingo there. There are several benefits to using an AP automation platform. However, the main three are increased security, efficiency, and profitability. Okay, so why go electronic? You can become a lot more secure through fraud protection controls. Make sure your provider is PCI, NACHA, and OFAC compliant. Also, make sure you have positive pay included, and they're also a SOC 2 compliant. And find a program that fits so they can take the responsibility of making your payments for you. I'm going to share a fraud stat with you in a minute that I think you should be aware of. Efficiency. You can become way more efficient by saving time and money. Find a program that become an extension of your AP staff. Vendor enrollment, vendor research, follow-up, recon, chasing vendors, all the heavy lifting you associate with accounts payable, you can have a solution to do that for you. With the time saved, your team can spend time on more strategic financial tasks that better support your mission. This is the feedback we get a lot from our nonprofit clients. You can have all your AP in one consolidated spot, so invoices and payments with one single sign-on. You can also become more effective by paying your vendors quicker. You can significantly reduce the amount of calls you get about payments from your vendors, and you can reduce the amount of unclaimed funds. Essentially, you become more streamlined. You can also become more agile by having remote access to your AP process, which improves your work from home capabilities. Going to an AP automation platform can be part of your business continuity plan. Also, you can reduce paper usage, check stock, envelopes, invoices, and eliminate antiquated manual processes. And the last one, you can become more profitable by using an e-payable solution. You can earn quarterly cash rewards based on your annual AP spend volume. Okay, here's the stat I wanted to share with you. Are your payments safe? 81% of organizations were targets of payments fraud in 2019. So the question is not if you will be hit with fraud, the question is when. 81% is a very high number. I'm on a mission to get the 2020 numbers, as I've been told they are higher. The fraudsters took advantage of COVID and had a field day in 2020, and we continue to see an uptick of bad actors impersonating as vendors. Two quick examples. Just a few weeks ago, we had an invoice that was sent to us by our client, and our client asked us to pay it. We saw something that looked off, and our fraud team researched it, checked it, and then we tried to verify mutual identity. It turned out it was vendor impersonation, somebody pretending to be a vendor. And here's the thing, the invoice was for $450,000. Increased security is a massive benefit of going electronic with your payments. Here at Paymerang, we have a dedicated fraud team. Our fraud director, Sierra, she analyzes every invoice that comes in and every payment that goes out, checking for red flags. Spelling changes, wrong emails, adding letters, small and subtle differences that take a lot of training to notice. Actually, just this morning, our fraud team uncovered another vendor impersonator. The email that was used was the actual domain for our vendor. But we still went above and beyond and called and made sure the request was legitimate. The payment was for $24,000. Sierra was able to reach out to the credit union that was supposed to receive the funds. They confirmed that the name on the account was an individual that is not associated with our vendor at all. The bank also confirmed that there is a pending deposit of over $50,000 that they are now freezing and will be able to return to the rightful owners. So since January, we have saved our clients over $2 million by catching the fraudsters in the act. Our CFO and CEO are directly connected to the FBI and have weekly discussions with them. The reason I bring that up is just fraud is exploding and you need to be careful out there. So many nonprofit finance teams are drowning in a sea of paper. When it comes to accounts payable processing, most nonprofits have a lot of work to do to improve efficiency. 1/3 of accounts payable professionals are working longer hours these days, according to a survey conducted by the IOFM, which is the Institute of Finance and Management. 8% of accounts payable professionals are working an additional 2 hours per day, and many AP professionals would be working even longer hours if their employer had not put a stop to overtime to reduce costs. And making matters worse, much of this time is spent on low value activities such as check printing, check signing, envelope stuffing, and mailing. One way to improve efficiency is to pay vendors electronically instead of paper checks. So payment automation, what is it? It's very, very simple, or it can be very, very simple. This is what it should look like. You upload a single payment file from your ERP, you fund the approved batch, we take care of all the individual payments to your vendors, and then we reconcile all your payments. That's it. There are several efficiency benefits of automating your payments. Here are some of the key ones. It's less complicated. So a single payment file upload initiates payment to all vendors, instructions are sent, and payments are remitted in all payment methods, virtual card, ACH, and check. You get a more streamlined reconciliation process and much fewer human errors. You can also have seamless integration with your current ERP. So there's no changes to be made on that side. Electronic payments can easily be integrated with any ERP without requiring any changes to existing ERP platforms. So approved transactions are uploaded downstream, eliminating duplicate entry of invoice information, and then enabling automatic updates of invoice and payment information back to your ERP. You also get much better cash management. Electronic payments provide greater control over the timing of payments to vendors. This opens the door to more early payment discount opportunities. 80% of businesses receive invoices that actually offer early payment discounts. So payment processing partners should offer flexibility that requires no monthly minimums or maximums, so your team can save time and money for what matters most, which is supporting your mission. And then the last one on there is you will experience fewer supplier inquiries. With electronic payments, you have 24/7 access to the status of payments, as well as payment history. Plus, with the right program in place, your vendors will have a full support team and a dedicated account manager. Another way you can improve your processes is through invoice automation. Electronic document workflow enhances visibility. So basically, you can always see all invoices and their approval status. We also have an AI engine embedded in the product that reads captured invoices and extracts data points. Key information is read from the invoice, reducing the amount of manual data entry and processing time. You can also have customized approval routing to fit your needs. Automated invoice capture and posting reduces human error and it improves accuracy and saves time. And then electronic approval does create a nice audit trail. So this makes audit time so much easier for you and your audit company. This is a key benefit. I've mentioned it briefly just now, but it's a key benefit for nonprofits that I really wanted to kind of spend a minute on and wanted to highlight. Few things waste as much staff time as printing, signing, stuffing, mailing, and reconciling check payments to vendors. Paying vendors electronically frees staff from the drudgery of manual check processing, allowing them to focus more of their time on higher value activities. So freeing up time of staff allows them to be more strategic and do more meaningful projects that better support the mission. This is the feedback we get from a lot of our nonprofit clients, and it's really nice to be able to just relieve a little bit of burden so they can focus on their mission. So why start now? I know everybody's busy. You don't have to enroll your vendors in ACH and store their sensitive bank details. You can significantly reduce the risk of fraud, which I've obviously mentioned earlier. It also keeps you compliant across the board and gives you an extra set of eyes checking for fraud red flags. You can free up hundreds and thousands of hours. You can get way faster bank recon. You can also significantly reduce the amount of unclaimed funds and reduce the amount of calls you get from your vendors. In some cases, we can even create revenue for you. And then in all cases, we can certainly reduce banking and material costs. And here's a sample of some of our nonprofit clients. We help nonprofits all across the country. We help churches, Planned Parenthoods, Goodwills, YMCAs. We also help the Aspen Institute in Washington, DC, and A Better Chance in New York City. A Better Chance enjoyed the Paymerang experience so much they did a video. I did plan on sharing it. However, we did have a few technical difficulties, so the Nonprofit Learning Lab will send it out to everyone so you can see that. It's only a 2-minute video, but it does a really nice job of connecting what we do with the values of A Better Chance. So, yeah, next slide, please. So, who is Paymerang? We were founded here in 2010 in Richmond, Virginia. We have clients from coast to coast in healthcare, education, media, manufacturing, and of course, nonprofits, which is where I specialize. We process billions of payments each year to over 600,000 vendors. We have partnerships with Visa, Bancorp, and over 100 industry associations. On the security side, we do have industry-leading fraud protection. And we are a proven finance automation company that delivers in 3 main areas, and that's efficiency, security, and profitability. So I'm kind of, well, we would have had the video, but I'm approaching the 15-minute mark here. So I hope you've learned a few things and found it somewhat insightful. And before I turn it back to Tori for Q&A, if you do have any questions down the road and or you just want to have a chat about your situation, do not hesitate to call, text, email, send a carrier pigeon, whatever you want. I will certainly respond and give you my expert advice. So my contact info is on the screen, and Tori will certainly share that with you at a later date. Tori, back to you.
Great. Thank you so much, Matthew. So we do have some questions coming in. The first one is asking, have you seen people running into hurdles on training individuals on a new electronic system? Where have you seen the most resistance in switching over?
It's a good question. We actually survey all our clients who come on board, and 93% of them say it was easier than expected. So what we do is a lot of hand-holding, and we have a full implementation team who essentially do 4 Zoom calls, 1 a week, and just to kind of get you up to speed and train you, and nobody goes live until they're fully comfortable. So we have a lot of kind of hesitation in the beginning, but once we start the implementation and they see how easy it is, and the fact that they don't need to change anything with their current platform, all they have to do is change a mindset of how they want to pay their vendors. So once they go through that 30-day implementation period, they usually get even more comfortable and are ready to rock and roll.
Great. Our next question asks, these potential like phishing invoices, at what point are they reviewed? Do they make it into our organization's email inbox or system?
So the way invoice automation works is we can set it up a few different ways, but essentially as you're getting invoices in, whether it be through email or paper, they get put into our system. And then obviously our clients are checking as well and making sure everything's good. But on our end, when we get them, before we pay on them, we just verify a lot of mutual information and identity and make sure everything looks above board. Couple of the examples I shared today were actually our clients telling us, go pay this. But we're that extra set of eyes for our clients, and it's a second check. So it's a lot of the time it's our clients sending us stuff and then we're catching it because they didn't catch it. So it's something, you know, we've been given the direction from our clients, but sometimes we push back and say, hey, this doesn't look right, and then we do a bit of digging, and then obviously our clients are extremely appreciative of that extra work.
Yeah, definitely. Those are kind of the two big themes for today. I want to encourage everyone to reach out to Matthew directly if, you know, after this webinar you start thinking about it and have more questions for him. But this is going to be the formal end of our info session today. Thank you so much, Matthew. All the materials and recordings will be made available on our website and be sent to you via email with the video we were unfortunately not able to play for you all today. I really encourage you all to take a look. Thank you so much for participating in how to streamline your finance operations to become more secure, efficient, and profitable. And again, thank you, Matthew, for educating our community.
Thank you, Tori. Take care.